still on the offense there, taking it over, wrapping it round and pulling back with some kind of cross-face like manoeuvre, pulling back on his face while keeping the arm locked. Now wrapping his other leg round, both legs round, having him in a body scissors. Paul Burchill arching back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pure wrestling. This is pro wrestling as it's meant to be. Both competitors fighting it out on the mat. Both men trying to gain the advantage with some quite amazingly brilliant technical wrestling that we're seeing right here. Ian Logan keeping that pressure on. Paul Burchill fighting and managing to twist out, keeping the pressure applied on the right arm, managing to twist out. Lovely arch out and a twist, blocking that left arm off. Ian Logan, and a huge clothesline, but he's keeping hold, and a third clothesline knocking Ian Logan down. Paul Burchill kept hold of Ian so he could pull him back one more time, two more times, and a third time knocking him down with that meaty right arm clothesline, sending him down. And Paul Burchill back on the aggression as we thought he'd be, lifting him up, and a simply beautiful Northern Light suplex. And Paul Burchill has not had enough, he's coming back for one more. Lovely hanging delay, textbook vertical suplex there from the big man. Going for a cover now, lateral press, 1, 2, and a 2 count only. 2 count only, says senior official Dan Head. Picking Ian Logan back up. What could Paul Burchill have in mind? Appears to be going for some sort of very high impact move there. The back suplex from a towering height from the towering big man, dropping Ian Logan right on his back, right on his head, his neck, his shoulders, knocking all the wind out of his sails and allowing Paul Burchill to maintain this aggressive level that he appears to be aiming for. Sending him back in. Big left hand in the corner, going for an Irish whip opposite, and a huge kick there from Ian Logan, as fast as can be. An elbow, a right hand, loads of strikes, making a big comeback, but no. Paul Burchill's strength comes into play. A leapfrog, one more, but no. Reversed into a neck breaker there, caught in midair by the fiendish Ian Logan, dropping him right on his head. The Idolizer could be making a comeback. Both men appear to be equal at this point. Both men have been somewhat drained by the antics so far in the match. Both men looking to make their mark here on the world of professional wrestling, but at the moment it seems like Ian Logan is the one that has the advantage. Paul Burchill steadily getting back to his feet once more, lifting him up, possibly going for another of those beautiful Northern Lights suplexes, but no, lifting up and dropping him to the outside, but no, it didn't really work. It was more in Ian Logan's favour, dropping him neck first across that top strand, across that top rope, and now Ian Logan heading to the top turnbuckle. Could this be? Lovely elbow drop right onto the back of Paul Burchill. Another high impact move from the Idolizer, pulling out another one. And could he be heading to the top rope again? Ian Logan, not normally known for his top rope aerial manoeuvres, however, does possess a fair few, as we saw from that twisting somersault neckbreaker earlier in the match, that top rope elbow drop, and as Paul Burchill gets to his feet, a lovely flying clothesline as well, knocking the wind right out of Paul Burchill on his back. 1, 2, and a 2 count only for the cocky and somewhat arrogant Ian Logan, whose attitude is beginning to show as this match wears on. Picking Paul Burchill up once more. Ian Logan really needs to eliminate the attitude, the cocky brashness, because when you're facing opponents the calibre of Paul Burchill or any of the other Academy rookies, you really need to be on your game at all times, and it's things like this that could hamper Logan's performance in the long run. Going possibly for a backslide. No, he's locked his own arms. Paul Burchill has Ian Logan up, bridging right down. In the Gory Guerrero special, you could see the pain etched across the features there of Ian Logan as he's being stretched good and proper by Paul Burchill. A clothesline ducked and another huge left-handed clothesline taking Ian Logan right down. Paul Burchill looking very confident there, looking down on his prone opponent as he picks him up, attempting to hit one more high-impact manoeuvre, sending him in. Up on his shoulders in the fireman's carry, and a huge Samoan drop there. All the upper body weight of Paul Burchill coming down on your shoulders, on your back. Can you imagine that? 1, 2, interesting cover there. Paul Burchill leaning over to get his maximum weight advantage down on top of his opponent, Ian Logan. Ian trying to get the fans into it. Normally perhaps they'd respond, but given his previous show of attitude in the match, they're not really having any of it. An Irish whip into the corner. Ian Logan hits it hard as he comes out. A nice clothesline there from Paul Burchill. The effects of the match really beginning to show on both men's features. Paul Burchill appears to be in a quite considerable amount of pain, and a hard chop there. If Ian Logan wasn't in pain beforehand, he will be. A right-handed, a left-handed chop, definitely going to knock the wind out of you, maybe burst those blood vessels in the chest, and an Irish whip once more, yep, sending him in, and a knee, but no, is that caught? That was almost a version of the Idolizer. Did you see that ring shake and move? 1, 2, Ian's feet are on the ropes on that top rope. Referee Dan Head, always watchful, caught him out at that point. That kind of cheating really isn't taught at the academy, but it may have caught him the win there had the referee not been so vigilant. And a hard kick to the head, out of disgust and out of frustration there, and a hard right-handed European uppercut, almost knocking Paul Burchill down, still on his feet, staggered, and now what we're seeing, a clothesline caught. STO! The STO, a block clothesline reversed into that leg sweep, dropping him right on his head. The STO being employed there by Paul Burchill, a move quite famous in Japan, proving that the young rookie has obviously been doing his homework. As both men get to their feet, both anxious to get an advantage, both desperate to hit one more high-powered, high-impact move, like that huge running forearm there by Paul Burchill. A grimace of anger on his face. One more forearm, knocking him into the ropes, and a massive jumping roundhouse enziguri kick right there to the top, and he's locking it on. He's locked on that move he was looking for, that dragon sleeper choke, that dragon clutch. He's got one arm hooked. He's leaning back, all his weight. As we see, Ian Logan almost turning blue there. He doesn't look like he can move. Yeah, Ian Logan has passed out, and that is a very impressive showing there from Paul Burchill. Both men showing some incredible wrestling skills in this match. That was a classic, ladies and gentlemen, and in the end, Paul Burchill proved to be the victor